Hey there. It's been probably a few months since I've made one of these. No. And it's probably a good thing. I always use these to get my feelings out, and they're not always so pleasant. uh, it's been a difficult few years. You know, I've gone through a bit. Uh, while the excuse me, while the recent events have been actually quite good, yeah, actually great even. I'm losing weight, finding stuff to keep me busy, and enjoying things as they are now. I know I still have a long way to go. However, I'm looking forward to the day that, I can look back on this and say that this was the worst part of my life, and then I can accept that and cherish the rest of the days to come. I've met some new friends, cut out some old ones, taken breaks from really good ones. It hasn't been easy. I'm not used to doing things that are for my benefit. Now, don't take that out of context. I do selfish things, yes. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be as overweight as I am, because obviously food is a big thing to me. And I have done foolish things in the past too, that have been for my desires, but as far as, none of that really ever benefited me outside of the personal, pleasure I may have gotten for the moment. Any substance afterwards was non-existent. Everything turned into a nightmare. So this whole treating myself so that I can honestly say that I benefit from these things, rather than just satisfy my cravings and desires for certain things that necessarily won't make my life better. It's still a hard process for me. I didn't realize I was this tired. I haven't been sleeping too well lately because I've been stressed over little things. But I'd rather be worrying about little things now than the big things that I've been worried about over the past few years. So it's a pleasant change. I still get the lucid dreams every now and then. They're not nearly as often as they used to be. I still get the the dreams and flashbacks of Amber and other things in my life that I wish had gone better, you know. None more consistent than her, though. I did a very difficult thing at the beginning of this year. I took everything that I had physically that reminded me or even belonged to her, and I set them on fire. It's kind of like a closure kind of thing, and it took a while to get used to, the first couple of days were hard because I realized that I couldn't run back to that stuff anymore. It was something that was eating me up inside, just sitting in my room, knowing that it was there. And anytime somebody would bring it up, or for some reason it came in my mind, I would run to the box and I'd start to go through it. And yeah, I had to take a very long, lonely trip down memory lane and, eventually get into my feels and, drop into a depression, cry, wonder if things would have been different if I had done this or that, or, but, there came a day that I discovered that it really doesn't matter, if I had done things differently, if it would have been different, because ultimately that is not the path that my life went down. It went down the one that I'm on now, and I'm starting to learn to love myself and the person that I have become from the things that have happened to me, and I used to say that I would do anything to get those back, her back, that feeling that I still miss when I lay down at night. And though I sleep on a smaller mattress now, the bed still feels very big and very empty. So I'm still working on that part. However, I think it's just me longing to have companionship with someone. I don't really necessarily think it has to be her. In my head, it's putting a face to, a want. But, I think I just miss, being cared for by somebody, intimately enough like that. So I've, come to terms that the memories that I have are just placeholders for memories that I would like to make, So I know someday I will make better ones that I can look on and, just cherish. And don't get me wrong, I cherish every moment that I had with, my ex-wife and the life that we had for the almost 9 or 10 years that we were together. There was great times, there was good times, there was not so good times, and there was terrible times. But even though the way things ended the way they did, I believe the good still outweighed the bad as far as my mind is concerned. But when when I first started trying to accept the fact that she was gone forever, all I could focus on was the bad. The good always just made me sentimental and miss it, and then the bad always made me kind of curl up in fear. And blame myself, and for years I did that. It's ruined uh, my ability to understand who I am anymore. At least it has been. I'm making a change to identify with, who I am, what I want, and where I want to go. And it's been tough because there's been a lot of friction with people that I'm very close to, because I'm starting to see that some of them are stuck where they want to be, or they're content with where they are, and they have no, and I realize at 34 I should have already had it figured out by now what I wanted to do, but now that I've kind of been released in a sense from my responsibilities of the career that I had for a little over a decade and a half, almost, about 14 years. Now that all that's behind me, I'm trying new things, trying to figure out what I like, what I want to do, and, working through the anxiety and the depression and, the self-deprecation and everything. And for the first time in my life, I feel like I have a little bit of control left, or back rather. The panic attacks still come, and I fear that they will be here always. However, I am learning how to do them better, or handle them, either, not resist, but to look at it in a different point of view so that they don't last as long, or they're not nearly as strong or powerful over my mind as they used to be. And I have a lot of friends, good friends, and doctors and therapists and family that have been there to support me, through all of that. Lord knows I've drove my immediate family insane, especially my father. He only wants what's best for me, and I feel like he's conflicted watching, the person that I was turn into the person that I became, and then he seems a little less stressed now with the person that I am becoming. And believe it or not, that actually makes me feel good, because I just want him to be proud of me. Yeah, I just want to be loved, But the hardest thing for me has always been to love myself, and I'm starting to learn to do that, and it feels great. I'm not always afraid to be in my own skin anymore. Things go by. I make harder decisions. I'm starting to learn that while I have an empathetic heart, I can't save everything, and I can't force people to take help, no matter how hard I try. And recently I've done a little bit mildly over the top things to help friends out, people out, Nothing super detrimental, but things that most people would have been like, well, it wasn't really your business to do, that kind of thing. And I recognize that now, and I'm trying to make myself better for that. And, you know, I'll keep this one short by my standards. I know it's over 15 and a half minutes right now. But for those who have been there for me and those who are just recently coming in and showing me great support, I just want to thank you and tell you that I love you from the bottom of my heart. You guys take care.